We've made it to the crown chakra, y'all, so let's dive in. So our crown chakra is the 7th of the main chakras. Now I'm saying main chakras because we have chakras throughout our body, in our joints, in our hands, our feet. There are many, many, many chakras in the body and also outside of the physical body. But for our purposes today, we are just focusing on the crown chakra, which is the 7th of the 7 main chakras. And I keep pointing to my head because it resides at the crown of the head. Anatomically, this is referred to as the top frontal. If you're familiar with babies in any capacity, you know that babies have a soft spot on the top of the head. This is the top frontal. So our crown chakra, this, friends, this is our connection to source. Now again, I'm saying source, but you can insert whatever word or phrase resonates for you on your journey at this time. But it connects us to something bigger than us, to an intelligence, to a wisdom, to a knowing that is beyond anything that we can comprehend with our earthly minds. So this chakra connects us to source, and it really requires all of the other chakras to be balanced, with the 6th chakra also being open, to allow for this chakra to be open to connect to source. Now, talking about chakras being open or closed, some people refer to all of the chakras as being open or closed. Some speak of just the 6th and the 7th chakra as being open or closed. Again, this comes back to really finding your truth in this work, understanding the teachings, and then integrating it in a way that makes sense for you to help you on your journey where you're at in this moment. So when the crown chakra is open and balanced, we can connect with source, we can tap into that infinite wisdom to then use in our waking life. And that brings me to another important point. Oftentimes people talk about working with the chakras up the what's called the liberating current. Thank you to Anadea Judith for that. So this is the liberating current, right? Because it liberates us from patterns, from ego, from habits, from avidya, right? Which is kind of roughly translated into ignorance. And many people just want to go there and stay there. If that is you, that also may speak to more of an excessive crown chakra, right? Where you don't want to get bogged down in the responsibilities of life. You just want to meditate, be with one, be on a mountain, be at a retreat, right? You're constantly almost diving into this like escapism through spirituality. And that can be a sign of an excessive crown chakra. Because remember, we have to also have our feet on the ground. We have to pay our bills. We have to handle our responsibilities in this life. We have to accomplish what we contracted to do in this lifetime. So yes, it is powerful and important to move upwards. It's also really important to take all of that knowing, take all of that wisdom, and bring it back down through the chakras to help inform you throughout your waking life. And if you haven't checked out my last video from last week, this is exactly what the practice is all about. We work with the chakras up the liberating current and then right back down the manifesting current. So we're finding that wisdom and then we're bringing it right back down into our beings to inform us in our day-to-day lives. So we know that the crown chakra connects us to source. It also governs our thoughts. So if you are struggling with intrusive thoughts, with ruminating thoughts, negative thoughts, working with the crown chakra is a really, really lovely way of helping to soften that, of helping to take a step back, to step into the witness, to step into the observer, which is also part of this chakra as well, so that you can observe them without identifying with them. Because that's oftentimes what gets people stuck, right? We start identifying with our thoughts. We start creating stories around these thoughts, which take us on very long, tangential, emotional journeys that keep us stuck in the visual that's coming to me is just kind of swimming through murky water, right? You're going through the motions, but you don't know where you're going. You don't know what's happening. But when you can observe your thoughts, when you can watch them as an observer through the witness, you can identify them as just that, thoughts. They're not who you are, they're not what you are, unless you allow them to be. And so our thoughts oftentimes, right, become our beliefs. I think this person is bad, so all of these people are bad. I think I am this, so I am this. And again, you can take this in many different ways. I think I am this, therefore I am this is a powerful way to promote change, right? If you think about affirmational work. So again, I'm not saying this is right and this is wrong. It's really our relationship to it and the energy that we bring to it that can help us or harm us. So our beliefs are also governed by this chakra. And what's tricky about beliefs is that we sometimes don't know that they're there. They sometimes have been conditioned into us through our family, our culture, our society, our religion, etc. So we may have these beliefs about ourselves, about the world, that were never really our choosing. And when you can step back, when you can see those beliefs through the witness, through the observer, you can then actually choose. Is this my truth? Do I actually believe this about this person or about these people? Do I actually believe that about myself? And it gives you a sense of control, a sense of empowerment, and it allows you to step into your role as a co-creator in this world. So this chakra connects us to source, governs our thoughts, our beliefs, the witness, the observer. And this chakra is also where we talk about consciousness. Now, this is a very, very big topic and debated by many, so I'm not going to go too deep into consciousness. Just know that this chakra does govern consciousness. But be sure to subscribe because I will be diving deeper into consciousness in videos to come. So this chakra connects us to source, our thoughts, our beliefs. It connects us to consciousness, the observer, the witness. And if you're thinking spirituality, yes, friends, spirituality. This connects us to our spirituality. So again, your relationship to spirituality can be a really fantastic indicator of the state of your crown chakra. If you are obsessed with spirituality and kind of escaping from your responsibilities and the world in the name of spirituality, that tends to be more of an excessive crown chakra. Now, if you hear the word spirituality and you think, it's a load of crap, well, friends, that might mean you have a deficient crown chakra. And if you're hearing excessive and deficient and you're like, what is she talking about? I've spoken about this briefly, but our chakras can be excessive, deficient, as well as both. Now, I'll be doing a video on this down the road, and I also talk about it at length in my courses. In Getting Unstuck, you have an understanding of each chakra, signs that it's deficient, signs that it's excessive, and signs that it's both, and balancing practices for all of that. So if you want to dive into that, you can definitely head over to blairsilverman.com and check out Getting Unstuck. So this chakra also governs meaning. Right? And you're kind of seeing the theme here, thoughts, meaning, belief, these sort of bigger concepts. This makes sense, right? Our lower chakras are more about the physical body, the physical world. As we move up the chakras, it moves more into mental, spiritual realms. So meaning, this can mean many, many different things. What's the meaning of life? What's my meaning? What does that word mean? What does that action mean? They just did that. What does that mean? Right? We're always trying to find meaning in things. Was that a sign? Am I supposed to make that decision? What is that? Is that what that meant? Right? Constantly, whether or not we realize it, we're finding meaning. Because I think one of the reasons too is it helps ground us in this world. To not have any meaning makes life a really, really scary place. And having gone through my first existential crisis at 15, I see you. If you're going through it, if you've been through it, it's scary. And it can also be amazing. It can also bring you into states of consciousness, knowing, awareness that you never even dreamed before. So yes, an existential crisis can be very, very scary. It can also open up a lot of doors to understanding the world and the universe and ultimately yourself. All right, friends, so those are many of the governing forces of the crown chakra. So let's explore some of the attributes of this chakra. Just like our sixth chakra, this chakra has two colors associated with it. One is violet or purple, right? And that is if you're using indigo with the sixth chakra, you would then use violet or purple for the crown chakra. If you were using violet or purple for the sixth chakra, then you would use white for the crown chakra. And I really like using white as well because the color white encompasses all of the colors. So what I love about that is that the crown chakra connects all of the colors of the chakras. And I like to think of it too as this integration, that all of them are coming together as one through that color white. So this chakra goes by many different names. It goes by the crown chakra, the seventh chakra, the white chakra, the purple chakra, the violet chakra, depending on your relationship to it and the color. So the Sanskrit name for the crown chakra is Sahasrara. Now, if you have a history of a speech impediment like me, this is a hard word to say. So again, no pressure to say the Sanskrit name. You can always just say crown chakra or seventh chakra. I think are probably the easiest ones to refer to it by. But Sahasrara means thousandfold. And this is because the yantra, or the geometrical shape that we use to bring our consciousness to the chakra to help balance it, is a 1,000-petaled lotus. And with the crown chakra, because it is our connection to source, really meditation, whatever form resonates for you, is a really beautiful, beautiful way of working with this chakra. Now, there are many, many different ways if meditation isn't your jam, or if you haven't found the version of meditation that works for you. So again, in my Getting Unstuck course, I go over a lot of different ways of working with this chakra to help balance it. But you can also check out my crown chakra affirmation video, which will be linked in the description. And you can also check out my meditation from last week, the full chakra system meditation, which also is linked in the description, and you can check it out right here. Friends, this is the crown chakra in a nutshell. Again, there's so much more that we could talk about, but I want to leave you there so that you can properly digest and integrate this information to get you going. So again, check out my blog for more information. Check out my courses, Chakras 101 and Getting Unstuck, all available now. Check out the rest of my content, lots of free resources for you if this is resonating. Be sure to subscribe if you want to learn more. And until next time, friends, stay curious.